Hey everybody, how are you tonight? I was meditating this evening, and I was asking the energies that I channel, they are energies of a higher vibration, what the energy forecast would be for the month of September. So this is pretty much what the energies have shared with me for the month of September, what we can expect. And it's a little bit more of, well, a lot more of what we have been receiving, which is basically a lot of this negative emotional energy, a lot of these old ways and old patterns that are no longer of service are starting to surface so that it can be healed. You know, as we know, there's election year coming up, and a lot of negativity is spiraling around this whole election year. And it's like he said, she said, and it's just a lot of childish energy that's going around with my candidate is better than your candidate, and all of this just really silly emotional feelings that we have on these or what the different parties stand for. And basically what it really truly comes down to, what they shared with me, is that we have to start thinking of ourselves as one, not separate. We have these separate parties, these ways of looking, which are old ways of looking at our universe, our earth, our communities, where we find ourselves separate. It's like black and white, Indians and Asians, and different colors and nationalities, and the way people think and feel. Well, hey, we're all different. We all have different ideas. We all have different viewpoints. We all have been taught different things. So it's about time that we start healing all of these old ways and thoughts that are just no longer serving. And it's important for us to start becoming more of a one way of understanding that, yes, we're different. Yes, we have different ways, and thank goodness we do. I mean, that's all part of our free will. But we are all in this together. We're not separate. So that's pretty much what this month of September is going to be about. It's like this spiraling of feelings and emotions that are going to start surfacing, that it kind of started a little bit in August, but it's going to increase in the month of September. And the theme that they kind of gave me, that it's pretty much what you think about, you're going to create. And our creations are going to start happening a lot faster. So it's a matter of what we're going to focus our thoughts on, our feelings and our emotions. Because of course this is what creates things. It creates our life. It creates where we're going. So they're asking us to really pay attention to the things that we're thinking about, because if we want to create more chaos, and we want to create more of the negative energy and the hatred and the war and all of this violence that's going on, and then let's put our thoughts to that. Let's watch more of the TV. Let's watch more of the negative news. Let's watch more of shows that show crime and hatred and all of these things. Let's go ahead and watch more of that. Let's go ahead and watch more news that shares all of the bad things that are happening, and people killing each other and murders. By all means, let's watch more of that, because that is exactly what we're going to continue to create. And they're telling us this, because if we continue down the path that we are on, this is what we're going to continue to create. Hands down. I mean, this is like elementary. So thoughts, feelings, and emotions create what we are thinking about what we are feeling about and the emotions that we put out there. Do you want to create more of that? That's what you have to ask yourself. Or do you want to create a world of love and peace and sharing and joy and laughter and happiness, and just a world where you can feel safe walking down the street? A world where if somebody needs something, the other person that has gives. It's about, where do you want to put your focus? What are your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions? Pay attention to that. That's what they're asking us to do right now. I shut off the news. I don't want to watch that news. People tell me, well, this is reality. This is what it's all about. It's really these crimes are happening and this pandemic is happening. I see it. I'm not blind. I know it's going on. But that is not what I want to focus on, because then I'm going to create more of that. Why would I want to do that? That doesn't make any sense. So when somebody says that to me, it's like, yes, I know that's there. Yes, I know I have to do what I need to do, but I am going to follow my heart, and I'm going to focus on love. I'm going to focus on feelings that bring me joy. I'm going to focus my thoughts on peace. I'm going to focus my thoughts on a clean planet. I'm going to focus my thoughts on love and kindness and sharing. Joy. What brings us joy? That was the other theme that they were saying. What is it that brings us joy? Focus more on that. Our work, they're saying, we're going to feel more tension. We're going to feel more anxiety as these feelings that are old feelings, old patterns are going to start coming up. And they're sharing with us that these feelings are going to connect into our relationships. So our relationships might get a little bit more intense as the month of September rolls on. Where negative thoughts and feelings of other people that are in our life are going to start surfacing too. Like, we might feel like, well, I do this for them, but they don't do that for me. Or, why did that person say this? That hurt my feelings. But instead of stuffing those feelings down like we're used to, they're asking us to hit them head on. So when we have that thought, or we have that feeling, or we have that emotion, to share it with the person that maybe they triggered something in us that brought that out. They're asking us to not stuff it, and to feel it, and to work on it, and to deal with it, and then let it go. Because when we have these feelings and we stuff them, over time, it becomes a snowball effect. And then we have all of these thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are all globbed together, and we don't know what to do with them. We don't even recognize them. And they surface in ugly ways. We anger, we lash out, we say things that we don't mean because we haven't dealt with the feelings that we have compiled. So they're asking us to, when we have these negative thoughts and we have these feelings and emotions, to quickly react on them, share them, and release them. And then, it's important to work on them and let them go. The other thing is then once we do that, not to focus and continues to focus on that feeling and those thoughts and those negative, emotions. It's about releasing. So now it's time to reach for a better feeling thought, a better feeling emotion. And that's where you start going up the scale from being angry, then maybe finding a better feeling thought where it's like, okay, well, that really upset me. But now that I release that, I feel a little bit better and I can start moving forward. And it's more about self-talk and self-love is what they're asking us to really pay attention to this month. The words that we say to ourselves. It's, we're not always kind to ourselves. So it's about finding compassion, not only for others, but for ourselves. And when we're feeling, say at work, where we're feeling like it's a chore, whether it's at work or at home, when we're doing, work at home, they're asking us to focus more on better feelings, thoughts, such as like if we have cleaning to do and we're just dreading the fact that we have to clean the house or whatever it is, throw on some happy music and, dance while we're doing it and just make it fun and make it more joyful. Same thing at work. If you focus on the task that you have at hand and you're dreading to doing, maybe making the phone calls or whatever it is that you have to do at work to, earn your pay. If you're finding it to be daunting and boring or just you don't want to be there and you don't want to do it, start focusing on what it is that that job offers. We don't do anything unless we have a reward. That's just who we are. There's some kind of reward for everything that we do. So at work, the reward typically is we get a paycheck. And so when I feel like this, I focus on what this paycheck affords me. And it covers my basic needs, my roof, over my head, clothing, food. It affords me a car to get to work and to get places where I want to go. It affords me outings with friends. It affords me to be able to help other people financially that might need it. It also helps me to just feel secure. And then when I start looking at it like that, it gives me a better feeling of the work that I'm doing, and I feel a little bit more joyful. So it's just about, this whole month is more about feelings that are going to be coming out, feelings that are going to be surfacing, and learning to work on them and deal with them and not stuff our thoughts and our feelings. So we're in a really trying times right now. It's important for all of us to just have compassion for one another. And so many of us are going through a lot right now. Some people are out of work because of all of the COVID and the things that are going on. Businesses are shutting down. I work in the furniture business, and it's hard to get furniture because the vendors are having a hard time to getting the materials to make the furniture. And it can be very frustrating to the customers, and it can be frustrating to us because we want to help the customers get what they want. And it's just about the compassion that people are feeling, anxiety that they're feeling right now. It's heightened. It's very much heightened. And it's just being there for others and listening to their stories and just being kind to one another. And it's going to make the month go a lot easier. It's just about, I feel that going inside and doing the work is the most important thing right now, because all of our old ways, the old things that we thought, our belief systems, our old patterns, we're evolving. And those old ways don't work anymore. What we were told, money doesn't grow on trees, and you're greedy if you want money, and things that we're told when we're growing up, like you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're whatever your not enoughness is or was that you were told, they're not true. That's not truth. You know that. But for whatever reason, we made it become our story. Well, it's time to create a new story. You get to create that new story because guess what? God gave you free will. And free will is a gift. It's a gift from God. It allows you to be unique, to be different, to share your gifts and talents, and just to be you. Let go and drop all of those old stories, those old things that you told yourself, and all of those emotions or the old stories of the past it's so funny because when you really look at those stories, you have rewound and played those stories so many different times that it's no longer the real story anymore. You've added to it, you've subtracted from it, and you've added more to that story. And it's time to let go of it because it's not even real anymore. The story has been so distorted that it's not even your story. It's just one that you've made up now. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to think about? Where do you want to place your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions? Do you want to place it on the old ways? Do you want to place it on hatred, war, guns, violence? Not me. I wish to place my thoughts, my feelings, and my emotions on love for you and for the planet. I love to you all. Peace, joy, and blessings. Namaste. Oh, hey, and by the way, if you like these videos, almost done. If you like these videos, subscribe, click like, and you'll see more. Take care. Blessings.